What is going on, guys? My name is Patrick, aka Chief Pat, and today bringing you guys day 7 of my 2-week Titan series. So we're approaching the halfway point of this series at 4,189 trophies. We've already hit the Titan League, which is good and sort of what I expected, but we might even have a shot to hit Titan 2, which I didn't know was possible towards the beginning of the series. I knew it would take a long time to find some bases, especially certain episodes where I only got like 50 to 60 trophies, but seeing as we got 150 trophies in the last episode, I definitely have some hope to hit Titan 2, so let's go ahead and keep rating and see how far we can get by the end of the series. So checking out this first base here, looks like the town hall's on the outside. I actually didn't find a base for a while, and seeing as this guy had a couple extra trophies besides just taking out the town hall, I decided to attack him for 2 stars and to see how far I could get into his base. So starting off, just dropping 2 separate sets of wall breakers to break in through both the top and right hand side, as well as a set of jump spells in the center, which are going to work out really well and make sure I can destroy as many buildings as possible. Seeing as I've already destroyed the town hall, I don't need to be super aggressive to try to get into the center of the base. I just need to try to destroy as many buildings as possible, and that's why I spread out my troops pretty far and I didn't really focus too much on the center. So we're at 45% right now. Gonna go ahead and drop the free spell right there just to make sure we get to 50. Queen's doing work on the gold storage over there, and in just a second we should be able to get to 50% and end the battle right away. So Queen's going to shoot down that X-bow in just a second, and as I fast forward, I gave myself a little bit of time to see if my troops can make their way through and try to get 3 stars on the base, but unfortunately all my troops went down in just a second on that left-hand side, so I went ahead and ended the battle, and I ended up stealing 7 trophies for this raid. So not a ton of trophies, but seeing as the town hall was on the outside, I knew I had 0 risk to try to get 2 stars on the base, so that's why I decided to attack this one, or that one, and speaking of 0 risk, finding this base right here is definitely pretty easy. So let's take this guy out real quick. I'm just going to drop all my troops on the bottom, a couple of witches or wizards on the top, and I've actually been finding a couple of bases like this. I found maybe 2 or 3 Town Hall 9s with all their defenses spread out, ready to get 3 stars, because I think people who are pushing up at Town Hall 9, they realize they're sort of not going to be able to defend against the 3-star up here, so they might as well just troll and put some message or whatever and drop all their defenses on the bottom. So that's what this guy did, and I ended up just storming my way through his base and getting myself to a pretty simple 3-star. So good stuff there, but honestly today was sort of back to the grind, and it was really hard to find any good bases. And these first 2 bases I think took maybe like 3 hours to find, except for snipes, because I'm finding a ton of Town Hall snipes now. And something that I really like is that I'm no longer having to search through all these 1 trophy bases. Usually I sit in the clouds now for maybe 3 minutes before I find a base, whereas in the past I had to keep clicking next over and over and go through like all these 1 trophy offers. But now it doesn't waste as much of my time, and I get a lot more decent offers. And speaking of decent offers, this was the only good offer I found yesterday. That of course was a gigantic whale. So this guy had 51 trophies available to get stolen. I knew I couldn't fail this raid because this was really one of the only good raids that I found. And even though I had a little bit of a wall breaker fail in the very start, I knew I definitely wanted to take this guy out, and I should have a pretty solid shot. So I've attacked this base a couple times before. This one is a little bit different of a variation, but I still know how to attack it. And my tip when I attack this base using Go Wipe is I try not to worry too much about making I guess like a breakthrough point in the center compartment with the town hall, because my queen should be able to shoot over the top as long as the rest of my troops can make their way throughout the base. So I'm just trying to clear out all the troops that are, or all of the buildings that are in the way in front of the town hall, and then my queen does have enough range to shoot over those level 11 walls and get to the town hall. So let's go ahead and see if she can do it, and yeah, hopefully we can get to the center of the base. So troops are making their way through. We're at 28%. King is still at full health, which is really good, but it looks like he's about to get shot down by that single targeted Inferno Tower, which is a little bit of a bummer. So I'm just going to go ahead and activate his ability now, and he's going to go down in just a second, but you can see my queen is lining up and shooting the town hall. Even though the queen's AI is pretty crazy nowadays, I find that from this base design, she almost always will gravitate towards the town hall towards the end of the raid. So 49%, 1 more building for 50%, and that means we're getting 2 stars against this 51 trophy offer, and we definitely took advantage of probably the only good base I found today. So 34 trophies stolen, which was awesome. I was really only finding town halls on the outside, plus those 2 bases I showed you guys earlier, and in the end, we ended up at 4,257 trophies for the day, mainly because that giant base I found right there. I think I got like 20 trophies from sniping town halls that were on the outside, and I wanted to show you guys my ranking on the global chart as well as my local chart for the United States. So for global, I just cracked the top 7,000 players, so it looks like I'm making making my way up there. And for the US, I think I'm somewhere around the top 800, top 900. So yeah, I'm at 796 inside of the top 800, and I'm slowly pushing my way up the charts. So things have been pretty good lately. Even though I didn't find a ton of bases yesterday, I still sniped plenty of them. Plus I found that one giant trophy offer that I was definitely looking forward to all day. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, this one was a little bit shorter because I couldn't find that many bases. And one more thing before I go, I wanted to give a shout out to Chief Isam for making my thumbnails, and he did a really great job for this series. So that's going to do it for this video. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.